administration's push for vaccine mandates will face the critical test in the Supreme Court. The state of Missouri will present oral arguments to the High Court claiming the mandate isn't just unconstitutional, but will devastate the healthcare workers and the businesses in his state. Missouri's Attorney General Eric Schmitt joins us now with more. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning. Tell us why you're taking this to the Supreme Court, or the state of Missouri is, and I know Louisiana is as well.
Well, later this morning, we're going to have an epic and historic constitutional showdown at the Supreme Court with the central question of, can an agency like this, that's not accountable to the voters, unelected bureaucrats without statutory authority, require and force the vaccination of tens of millions of Americans? And the answer to that, of course, is a resounding no. And what's really at stake here is not just vaccine mandates, it's individual liberty. It's the power of the administrative state and the mass firings of healthcare workers. It's all on the line today. And the impact would be incredibly significant. We've had rural hospitals in Missouri that would close, nursing homes that would close on the healthcare worker side. Of course, on the OSHA side, you've got, a supply chain crisis right now. The trucking industry alone would be devastated by this and only exacerbate those issues. So not only is there no constitutional authority for this, no statutory authority for this, it's also would have a devastating impact on our labor market and have the mass firings of our healthcare heroes.
Mm-hmm. And they were all heroes in the beginning, and then some of these facilities might have to close if they have staffing shortages, and in the end, the patient's the one who is affected. Is this OSHA's job? When I worked in a doctor's office, we were worried OSHA might come in and overlook things, and so we made sure we kept everything sterilized. I remember putting the sharps in the sharps box and things like that. Is this OSHA's job to make sure everyone's vaxxed?
No, it's not. OSHA was created to make sure forklifts beep when they back up, not to force the vaccination of, almost 100 million Americans. And I think if you take a step back, this is about a much broader question than even just the vaccine mandates, but what kind of country we're going to be. We've been the freest country in the history of the world. We believe in individual rights. We believe in individual liberty, that people can make these decisions. And if this case actually were to move forward, if OSHA can do this, if CMS can do this, there's really no limiting principle. And do we really want a country where an unelected bureaucrat can dictate this, what people put in their bodies, where people can go, what they put on their face? Because it's not just these two agencies at stake. You already see the Biden administration signaling climate change being an emergency, and it could charge EPA and transportation to take draconian measures there. So this stands for a very important proposition of making sure these administrative agencies can only do what they're authorized to do. And they're clearly not authorized to force the vaccination, again, of tens of millions of Americans.
Okay, yes or no, based on these justices in the Supreme Court, will you prevail?
We feel confident. We feel like the facts are on our side and the law is on our side. And I still think this is a country where the rule of law will prevail, so we're very hopeful.
Okay, I know opening arguments or oral arguments are today. When will we find out?
I think they're going to rule pretty quickly. January 10th is a looming deadline on the OSHA side. This is such a big case of consequence. I mean, this is one of the most significant cases the Supreme Court has heard in the history of our republic, certainly on administrative law. So with all the attention, the impact it'll have on, again, 100+ million Americans, I think they'll rule pretty quickly.
Okay, good deal. Thank you so much, Mr. Attorney General.
Thank you.